Ami Organics is a stock on our radar. There was a large block trade where the promoters have sold 0.8% of total equity or 2% of their own holdings. The buyers are Plutus Wealth Management and Small Cap World Fund. To remind you, the promoters had also sold 60 lakh shares in the IPO when the stake came down to 41% from 47%. Naresh Patel, who's the Executive Chairman and Managing Director at Ami Organics, joins us now. Naresh, good morning and thanks for joining in. Can you explain to us the rationale behind the promoters selling stake, and will there be more stake sales coming through from the promoters' end?
Good morning, Sonia. First of all, I would like to say thank you. And today is our first anniversary day of listing. Coming to your question related to the promoter sales, since inception in 2004, Ami Organics promoter has not done any liquidations. Even in fact, in IPO also, major liquidation was made by one of the long-term investors, Chotia family. And this is the first time promoter has done very minute shares for need of the family, whereas this is the one time only. On longer term, we are not planning to do any dilutions or any sales in future.
Nothing at all, Naresh, in terms of no more stake sale. I mean, that's you're telling us in black and white.
Yep. Yes.
At least for the foreseeable future, of course. Got that. And congratulations on the 1 year anniversary, as you said. You know, the investors who've bought, they're reputed investors as well, so that gives some confidence as far as your other shareholders are concerned. So let's move on. Could you tell us how you've got exposure to Europe, right? France, Italy, etc., as your export markets. I mean, when we talk Europe, what we see is usually pretty dire, the situation there, because of the energy crisis and things like that. Any impact whatsoever because of what we are seeing there on your export revenues?
See, you are right. This is current geopolitical and gas crisis in Europe is making a major concern for several industries, mainly the industries which are consuming more energies. Whereas our main customers and market is in pharma, which is essential sector, where I don't see there will be immediate impact on, because it's a very essential requirement for the industry, as well as whatever we have discussions with our current customers and all, they are all expecting not to have any near future impact on the supply, demand and all. So we have also very good orders in hand. So that will also prove us that we don't find a very near future having any impact on our supply to the Europe.
All right. Hi, Naresh. Morning. You know, I wanted to ask you about this electrolyte additive facility. That's the big trigger, I think, from a stock perspective. Could you tell us when you expect to commercialize this? Will there be some kind of revenues that will come in, say, in the end of FY23, or will it be in FY24? What kind of a revenue number you're looking at only from this segment? Because this is going to be the big trigger, 24, 25. What is the outlook out here?
Thank you. Basically, when we developed this electrolyte as against China, we are the first company who had done this electrolyte additives, which is considered as an ACI in the solution of electrolyte and lithium battery cells. But when we were not expecting it was moving a little bit faster than what we had planned. Currently, we were expecting to sell only in China, but recently we have got huge demand from Europe, from other countries in Asia, in fact in India as well. So we are expecting that we will be finished our qualification by end of this year, and by Q4 we may get some commercial orders, which will be very optimistic. But yes, it is moving very fast qualification, so we may get it that. Particularly only for the business related from electrolytes. It's a very big business and it's a fast moving sectors. We are targeting to cater in our product segments somewhere around 5 to 10% of the total market size currently.
And what is the market size? What is the market size?
As per the reports and all, it will be a very huge market, more somewhere around $1 billion to $1.5 billion in current market situation.
And when do you get to this 5% of market share?
It will be a longer journey, but this is our target for near future, 2 to 3 years.
Okay, 2 to 3 years. All right. All the best for that. So this is about the electrolyte segment, but also talking overall, it's been quite a decent growth that you've seen, a 16% revenue growth in Q1. What kind of average growth are you looking at for the full year, and what kind of margin band can you eke out?
See, normally, historically, if you say last 10, 12 years, we are growing at a CAGR of 20%, and which will be, we are looking in this year as well, the same 20 to 23 to 25% growth in this year as well. And it's also showing in our current business profile and current orders in hand. It's a very achievable, which we are looking in that. Related to margin, after acquiring Gujarat Organics, our consolidated margin is little bit on a downside, but and also some export for freight forwarding and energy cost also making some impact on that. But it will be remaining. Last quarter was remaining flattish against the Q4 of FY22, and that will be going to be improved every quarter by 1 or 2% basis. Going on.
Sure. So this 23 to 25% growth that you're targeting for the full year on the top line, will there be any new value-added products that you're launching, and would that add to your revenue stream, at least in the next 1 to 2 years?
AMI Organics' DNA is to develop very early all the intermediates which is going to be expiring next 10 years, 12 years. We have more than 380 product pipeline which is having expiry up to 2035 with also qualified at a customer end with the secure customer base as well. So every year we have 5 to 10 products which are introducing in the basket which are expiring next in every year, and that gives the driving growth of the business of the AMI Organics.
Well, Naresh, very quickly, electrolyte additives business, you said you want 5%, the market size is around 1.5 billion odd. So you mean nearly around 500 crores could come in from this side of the business in the next 3 years, which will be massive on the current base that you have.
Yeah, that's true. But this is all, see, normally whenever we say that electrolyte business is not our part of the projections and growth, but this is a new thing which is a very emerging market, and we are focusing very strongly on that. We are planning ourselves to be remain available for supply chain, because current geopolitical China's position is that all the mostly the electrolyte cells manufacturers are shifting from China to Europe and other countries, and this is giving us a good advantage to grab that opportunity, and that is how we are targeting to grab this opportunity, which is very and we are the first one who had produced the battery grade electrolyte additives outside China, so that will give us a good advantage.
So you're saying that overall what's happening in Europe, you have exposure to France, Italy, etc. What's happening in Europe with the energy crisis, that's not impacting your business in any way, or the demand in any way?
No, I'm not saying that it is not impacting, but it is going to be if it is start impacting, it will be the last to our business segment, because we are mainly in pharma. So it is a very essential requirement for the human being. So that's why we don't foresee that it will be immediate impact on our current business demand.